humans are social animals, isolation is too common. Isolation leads to feelings of loneliness, depression, and anxiety, and increased risk of cognitive decline. So in this video, I'll go over the importance of social interaction for older adults especially, plus 9 benefits of social interaction for seniors to help nudge you into action. So stay tuned for some compelling reasons to stay engaged. I'm Sid Meyer, a life coach for older adults who want to make the most out of their retirement. In case you're new here, in my program, Rewire My Retirement, we use a framework called the 5 rings of retirement. And a healthy, active, and engaged retirement life balances across these 5 core categories. Today, we'll focus on the importance of community, which is where your social life, engagement, and interaction live. But before diving into the benefits of social interaction for seniors, let's quickly take a look at a few detrimental outcomes that result from not being social. Being socially isolated can have terrible consequences like loneliness. The topic of loneliness deserves its own video altogether. The main takeaway is loneliness is linked to cognitive and functional decline. A study from UC San Francisco found loneliness to be a risk factor for functional decline and also early deaths in seniors over the age of 60. Depression. A study out of Amsterdam by Max Steck and his team showed that people with perceived loneliness are likely to be affected by depression, which in old age had a greater impact on mortality. Less physical activity. You're less likely to be physically active if you're going at it alone without the accountability partner or a group of people to motivate you. Not only that, the TV and any other screen time are such an easy distraction and a stubborn bad habit that keep you sedentary. So this list, of course, can go on and on, where lack of social interaction for seniors can lead to health-related ailments like high blood pressure, or worse, a greater risk of death. But I'm pretty convinced that you know that being social is healthy, so let's step into the benefits of social interaction for older adults. Here's why it's important to focus on the area of community from the 5 rings of retirement as you age. The first benefit of social interaction is a quite obvious one: improves your mental health. When you're socially engaged, you're less likely to fall victim to mental illnesses like depression. According to the Economic and Social Research Council, ESRC, social isolation is a key trigger for mental illness. On the other side of the coin, you're more likely to have better mental health if you have supportive relationships with friends, family, and even neighbors. A less obvious benefit: social interaction can also, number 2, improve your physical health. There are actually so many physical benefits to your health that come with being socially engaged. And just to name a few: lowers blood pressure, reduces the risk for osteoporosis, rheumatoid arthritis, and even some cancers, increases longevity, boosts immunity, improves your quality of sleep, and the physical benefit I want to focus on in particular is that being social improves your brain health. Just as your muscles atrophy when you don't use them, the same thing happens inside your head. Your brain can also suffer from lack of stimulation. Social activities help to keep your brain active and engaged, which can help prevent cognitive decline. A 2007 study conducted in California by Valerie C. Crooks and her colleagues followed 2,249 women, and they found that older women who maintained large social networks reduced their risk of dementia and delayed or prevented cognitive impairment. The same researchers also found that the size of your social network matters. Of these over 2,200 Californian women, those with larger social networks were 26% less likely to develop dementia compared to the participants with smaller social circles. That's not to say you should ignore quality over quantity, so definitely, especially if you're an introvert, be sure to have 1 to 2 people at minimum that energize you and fully support your growth. In another study by Brian James and his colleagues, out of the Rush Alzheimer's Disease Center in Chicago, 1138 seniors with dementia were measured for social activity levels and cognitive functioning over a 12-year period. They found that people with frequent social interaction had 70% less cognitive decline than people with low social interaction. To sum it up, making time for social interaction can be good for both your mind and your body. Just be sure they're the right kind of people. I like to call these people the people in your circle of influence. So the goal is to have more people in your circle of influence, those that support your goals and your growth, and fewer people in your circle of concern, those who gossip, are afraid of change, and really hit fear-based thinking and things like the news like really hard. And simply by being around others, you'll be number 4, more likely to live safely. Not only can someone help you if you have a bad fall, but you can also lean on your community and circle of influence for a wide range of other non-ideal situations that may arise. Also, your living facility and home neighborhood matter when it comes to safety and social engagement. The more social you are with your neighbors and the people that live around your home, the safer you'll feel. And in turn, the more likely that you'll go on walks and get your exercise in. Which brings us to number 5. Being social also gives you access to personal care and assistance. Your community, whether it's paid assistance, family members, or friends, can help you with your personal care when you need it. There are people that assist with mobility, errands, and doctor's appointments. As you age, your mobility decreases and your independence can decline, which means you need other people to rely on, which generally becomes increasingly more difficult if you disengage and withdraw from social interaction. Another benefit of being in the company of others is that it can also help with technology. This applies to all ages and especially to older adults who struggle with a larger tech hurdle. You can learn shortcuts and easy how-to lessons from other people within your social circles. And I'm not just talking about younger people. This totally depends on how exposed you are to different types of technology. Either way, when it comes to technology, simply having people around you to show you the way can make such a big difference, even if it's a small, tiny lesson. No matter where you are on the learning curve, there's someone or someone they know who can demonstrate how to handle a practical tech tip. Even the very act of learning how to keep up with technology can be a socially engaging activity. So whether it's as basic as learning how to text, email, shop online, and video chat, or as advanced as designing your own blog, launching your online business, or learning how to program, these are all tools that can help you stay more connected. And this one is my favorite benefit. One of the best things about social interaction is that it can help you improve your sense of purpose and belonging. Depending on how you prioritize your inner circle of influence, your sense of purpose and belonging can be greatly impacted by your daily social interaction. I like to remind people that their circle of influence can mean everything when it comes to accomplishing all that you want in life and living in a way that's aligned with your authentic self and your core values. By surrounding yourself with people that align with your way of life, your goals, and your intentional blueprint, you'll not only be more likely to achieve the lifestyle that you want, but you'll also benefit from a tremendous sense of belonging and purpose, which in turn increases your growth and learning. These two things greatly contribute to your brain health and your sense of fulfillment. And they also contribute to your level of social interaction. So take the opportunity to grow and learn within a community, a group or class setting, or with a friend. Whatever you choose for your lifelong learning experience, if you align it with the right people, you'll benefit from it that much more. So I'm not just referring to the learning for the sake of learning. It's so much more powerful to start with some major self-reflection and clarity before signing up for this, that, and the other. If you need help with finding clarity on what matters the most to you, we have a Finding Clarity workbook. It's linked in and below this video in the description, so feel free to grab your free access to that. Either way, this clarity is the key to sticking with something and turning your interests and hobbies into activities that fulfill you. And finally, social interaction with the right kind of people encourages healthy behaviors. There are plenty of quotes on this one, and I'll put up just 2. Tony Robbins: who you spend time with is who you become. Change your life by consciously choosing to surround yourself with people with high standards. And from Oprah: surround yourself with only people who are going to lift you higher. When you're surrounded by other people with healthy habits, you're more likely to practice those same healthy habits. Of course, the opposite can happen if we choose to be around people who don't prioritize healthy habits, or even if you're alone. And that's because the power of association is so strong. So make it all about people who encourage not only wellness activities, regular checkups, and testing, but also people who have lifestyles, behaviors, and goals that you admire, and so you can achieve your own accomplishments and your own dreams. Of course, there are hard truths about retirement when it comes to being socially active. Friends pass away, and if you're not careful, you can become less active and less inclined to meet other people. You can spend more years being stuck in your bad habits, and you can become less open to a growth mindset. Out of these 4, only one is out of your control. Sadly, the one that's tied to friends and loved ones passing. But you can take social interaction into your own hands. You have the choice to take ownership and experience these benefits of social interaction. Improving mental health, physical health, brain health, safety, access to personal care and assistance, technology help, purpose and sense of belonging, growth and learning, and healthy behaviors all around. May you leverage social interaction as an older adult. Let us know in the comments, what will you do to increase social interaction in your life and inspire others to reach out. Thank you so much for being here, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. It helps us do our job better, and it helps more people who need it see this video. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching.